Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. This is optibotimus coming at you with another video review. And today we're going to be taking a look at the new Transformers Titans Return Headmaster Skytread. The second repaint and retool of a Titan Master figure. This one is a repaint and retool of the Titan Master Terrible. For the package, you got the nice Transformers name, Generations logo. You got Skytread's head right here, which is basically this guy transformed. And then you can see the tank that we also got with Terrible. You got Fort Max's head flying around in the back. You come around the back of the package, and it shows that the Titan Master figures can work with any of the other class figures, such as Leader, Voyager, or even the figures. So if you wanted to, kind of mix and match your figures, you obviously can here. Kind of fun and interesting, but for the packaging on them, that's about it for it. So without further ado, let's get him out here and see how cool he actually is. Alright guys, so here we have Skytread open up and out of his packaging. And as you can see, basically what you have is a repaint and a slight retool of the Titan Master Terrible. Now, Skytread here actually is an homage to the Japanese Headmaster character of Flywheels. Now, oddly enough, while Flywheels was actually featured in the title sequence in Season 4, he was never actually in an episode of the North American series. Now, the reasoning behind that is because the title sequence actually recycled some animation from a toy commercial. But Flywheels, like I said, did appear in the Headmaster series, and that's basically what this is kind of an homage to. Now, bringing in Terrible himself, getting that out of the way, as you can see, in terms of the actual tank or vehicle mode, these are the exact same. The only thing that really is different is the paint detail. I also kind of like the fact that they got the Decepticon logo right there where you can see it, whereas on Terrible's, his was actually on the little jet cockpit thing right there. So these were exactly the same. In terms of the little Headmaster figure, these, looking at the actual body, these are the exact same. Paint details are obviously a little bit different, and then when you transform them, you can see that the head is also different, whereas this has the Terrible head sculpt. This is the Flywheels kind of head sculpt, which does a really nice job of homaging that actual Flywheels character. That looks really very cool. So you do have a slight kind of retool with all these new Wave 2 Titan Master figures, whereas the biggest difference is going to be the paint. At least they did kind of retool them in some way, which I think is great. I love the fact that they did that. And again, it's a good way to kind of give us those characters that probably wouldn't do too well by themselves. I think collectors would like a character like Flywheels or Terrible or any of those kind of characters, but I don't think necessarily a full-on figure would sell very well. These are just kind of nods to us collectors and stuff. And then obviously his little tank can also be a jet. You just fold down the little wings here, take this section, rotate that around just like that, and you can position that however you really want to, and there you have his little jet. And then again, you take this little guy. This is kind of the weirdest sort of thing. You tuck this in there, and it's a little bit difficult to get in compared to what Terrible's was. But let's see, kind of wedge that in there. Well, you get the idea, and then you just put it on there, and it's silly. It really actually is. I don't particularly care too much about it, but you can also have him as a gun. You just put this, tuck that back up, and then this little piece right here, which is kind of stiff to get, and pull out my little trusty blade thing. Pull that out like so, and here you have his gun. That's it. It's a little gun thing. Maybe you could go like that. I don't know. But in general, I think that the tank looks pretty cool. I do like both modes. I think they're really kind of cool looking. I do like the fact that even though they are just repainting a lot of these, I like the fact that they are giving us new heads on here. I mean, that is something that is really cool. But all in all, I think that this guy turned out pretty decently. Again, it is something that is a pretty cheap Transformer, so it's kind of like an impulse sort of buy thing. I keep not centering this, but it's kind of like a little impulse buy because these are like $7 or $8. You know, and that mixed play pattern is still here, where you can take the Titan Master figure, put him on a deluxe figure, Voyager, or even a leader class toy. So you can mix and match in terms of play value. It's really high, and I think kids just in general are really going to like it. For us collectors, I think it's cool that they're kind of, like I said, in a way, kind of giving us that Flywheels character in, you know, some fashion. So I dig him. I think he's a cool addition. And I think, honestly, in terms of a Titan Master collection, he looks pretty good with them. So that being said, if this is a figure you'd be interested in adding to your collection, he as well as the rest of the Wave 2 Titan Master figures are hitting various retail locations right now. So if you're looking for him, good luck and happy hunting. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. So once again, I want to thank you for tuning in. This has been optibotimus. Don't forget that if you like this video to please like and share it. Also be sure to subscribe in case you haven't already subscribed. That way you never miss a future review of mine. And as always, until next time, I'll talk to you later.